It's not going to get out of order when I go through these. All right, let's go. So, we have Pi that I got from A24's site. A lot of the ones from A24 are like in these digipacks, which I don't really love, but Pi we've watched before. It's a good movie. This release comes with, so there was a Blu-ray and a 4K. I just got the regular Blu-ray. And then it also comes with, if I can get them out, some photos from the movie, like on these cards. I've talked about it before, but there was also the Gorilla Diaries book, which I have as well. Pi is a really good movie. It's not my favorite Aronofsky movie, but it's a really good debut for a director. My first Criterion, 12 Angry Men. Maybe my favorite black and white movie. It's really fucking good. Everything about it is just really like engaging to watch. Next, 500 Days of Summer, which we just watched recently. This is the Blu-ray that's glitched out when we were watching it. So I haven't replaced it or anything. I've never seen this. I found this at a thrift store. CNN Millennium 2000. I don't really know what it is. Like I said, I found it at a thrift store. It says it's 120 minutes, so maybe it's a documentary? Culled from CNN's historic round-the-clock and round-the-world coverage, CNN Millennium is a time capsule of a once-in-a-1,000 years event. This could be interesting. So yeah, it's basically Y2K. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Bought it at a thrift store, mainly for the Kubrick video we plan on doing. Because our plan is sometime in the year, we're going to do a similar thing we did with the Lynch video and do it with Kubrick. I saw this once, I think, a couple years ago, but I remember like the music, of course, and I remember Hal and like the monkey like hitting the bone, I think. But I really couldn't tell you anything that happens in this that much. I'm sure it's a good movie, but I don't remember anything about it. Speaking of Kubrick, Clockwork Orange. Again, bought it because we'll be doing our video. It's a movie that is very interesting. It's a movie I've never finished. I've tried watching it a couple times, and I've never finished it. I will also say another reason for that, besides just the content of it. The beginning of the movie is really good, but then it gets really boring in the middle. From what I heard, I've heard that before, that people have said the beginning and then also the ending is really good, and the middle is just kind of a lot to get through. So, I don't know. We'll watch it soon enough, and we'll maybe have a different opinion on it. I don't know. A Dog's Journey. One of the first Blu-rays I ever got back in 2019 when this came out. So, this is not a good movie. An Evening with Kevin Smith. I found this at a local Chicago shop, Reckless Records. I've only ever seen one clip of it, and it's when he was talking about when Prince commissioned him to make like a Jehovah's Witness documentary. But that's the only thing I've seen from it. But I don't know. I'm interested in watching it. I don't really care for his movies that much, but as a human being, he's at least kind of interesting to watch and listen to. The Abyss. Very underrated James Cameron movie. I haven't watched the 4K transfer of it. I like The Abyss. I think it's a good movie. I know it has a very noted production history of it. It was a nightmare from what I've heard, but yeah, it's a good solid James Cameron movie. Apocalypse Now. It's a great war movie. Great performances. Probably one of the best Vietnam War movies, I would say. Um, it comes with two versions of it: the original theatrical one, and then the redo cut that came out in 2001. And then it also includes the documentary Hearts of Darkness, which is the making of that they did. American Psycho. Funny movie. Classic movie. American Movie. This is a documentary that came out in 1999 about someone who wants to make a movie who lives in Milwaukee, I think. So it's a very Midwest. It's kind of a documentary, kind of like a mockumentary. I would love to watch this for the podcast sometime. It's kind of a comedy more than All the President's Men. I would say another classic. All that jazz. And besides, so I have the Criterion, but I also have the VHS of it. I have it on VHS. What I want to do is I want to get my top 4 Letterboxd movies all on VHS sometime. So, yeah, all that jazz. What else is there to say about it? It's legendary for a reason. We made a 30-minute video basically on it. After Sun. Another A24 digi thing. As I've mentioned, it's the best movie of the decade so far. After Hours. This is probably my second favorite Scorsese movie. I love what he does, like very simple movies compared to like Goodfellas, in my opinion, or Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I like when they're very grounded and simple. This is a movie about a guy who wants to go home and everything's just going wrong, and I love it so much. I would love to watch this for the podcast. This movie is fantastic. The ending is a little rushed. That's my only complaint about it. Because he had said in an interview that he didn't even know how to end it, so he just kind of made it up, like day of the shoot, I think. So, besides that, it's great. I actually just bought this today. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. I saw this at Reckless Records for, I think it was like $4. And I've always wanted to watch this one. Beetlejuice. Classic. It's been a while since I've watched it, so I'd like to watch it again sometime. But it's a very fun movie. Being John Malkovich. This is such a really fun movie. It's such a creative idea. And it's executed brilliantly. So I would love to watch this again. It's been a couple of years. The Before trilogy. We'll be watching this very soon for the podcast. So this includes Sunrise, Sunset, Midnight, and 3 little slips here. I've talked about it a little bit, but Sunrise and Sunset are the best ones. Sunset is the best one. Midnight is okay. Birdman. Really good movie. This is a really good movie. It's the only Iñárritu movie that I've seen. I haven't seen The Revenant, but I really like this a lot. I love the cinematography. I love like the jazzy score of it. Black Swan. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. Top 4 movie of all time. Just a perfect movie in general. It's fantastic. Blade Runner 2049. I do not own the other one, unfortunately. But 2049 is the better one because, I mean, both movies suffer from the same problem where they're very long and drawn out. But I would say the story of this one is way better compared to that one. Blue Velvet, the first Lynch movie of the collection. We'll be seeing a lot more. I cannot add anything else to this than the actual video that we. I know it's beautiful. It's really nice, and there's like a little artwork inside. Inside. There's a little booklet. Every Criterion comes with a little booklet of like interviews and information about the movie and stuff. Yeah, rest in peace, Lynch. Blood In, Blood Out, Bound by Honor. Never seen it before. I bought it because I've heard it's kind of like Goodfellas, but in like Los Angeles and with like gangs and stuff. It's also not on digital. It's only on DVD. Blood Simple, the very first Coen Brothers movie, and I have never seen it. So I would like to give this a watch sometime. BoJack Horseman, Season 1, Season 2. I've never seen it. I really want to watch it. I bought this because I want to watch it. And I'm not paying for Netflix, even though, I need Netflix to watch the rest of the show. Eventually, I will give it a watch because I do think I will really like it. It gives off a lot of like Daria energy, but I think it's a lot more cynical than Daria. Boogie Nights, Paul Thomas Anderson in his second movie. So I bought this on eBay, and when the seller gave me a hockey card in the case with a little sticker that says $86 on it. So if I'm ever broke one day, I know I can cash that in. Bowling for Columbine. Michael Moore documentary. I fucking love Michael Moore his documentaries are really good. His documentaries are very like provocative, I guess, but in the right kind of way where he kind of like pokes at it. And obviously this movie is about gun control and like America's obsession with violence. But this might be one of my all-time favorite documentaries. It's really fucking good. Boys in the Hood. This is a really good movie that I should watch again sometime. It's basically it's kind of like a slice of life of what it's like to live in the hood, I guess. Brazil. So this is a movie I watched in 12th grade English when we read 1984. Instead of watching the actual 1984 movie, Mr. Johnson said, we're going to watch Brazil, which he described as 1984, but with, like, 1984, but very surreal and Dr. Seussian. And it's, from what I remember, it's really good. It's been obviously a while since I've watched it, but I've been really wanting to watch it again sometime. Broadcast News. Never seen it. It's just looked very interesting to me. Casino Royale, the best James Bond movie, by far. Catch Me If You Can. This is a classic. This is maybe my favorite Spielberg movie, by far. And maybe my favorite Tom Hanks movie. This is a movie I watched in high school, but I forget what class it was. But I really loved it. I wish I remembered what class it was, because that was... Yeah, I don't remember. So this is not a movie. This is called Chicago by L, Touring the Neighborhoods. I saw this at Reckless Records, and it's from 2001. And so I was very curious. I guess it's like kind of just showcasing what like the Chicago transit system was like in 2001. So I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it. I just saw it and thought it looked kind of interesting. And it's like $4, so it was cheap. Collateral. This is a fucking great movie. This is The Conversation which is directed by Francis Ford Coppola. This is a collector's edition that I bought, and if I can open it, it comes with, well, the movie on Blu-ray and 4K, but it also includes, if I can get it out, comes with a little booklet with some pictures and stuff in it, and then also 2 posters of the movie, which I could hang up if I want to. And then the other kind of cool thing about it is it comes with the cassette of the soundtrack. I don't know, I like The Conversation. It's maybe my favorite Francis Ford Coppola movie. The Corporation. This is a great documentary about how evil capitalism is. The Color of Money, another Scorsese movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I don't remember anything about it. But it's the only pool movie that I've ever seen. Cowboy Bebop, the whole series. I really want to watch this again because I liked the first half of it and then I stopped watching it for some reason. But I want to watch more of it. The Crow. This is it's a movie of its time. The movie feels like a grunge band's music video, but in the best possible way. Dark City. We talked about that in the recent video, but it's a great movie. It's really neat little singular sci-fi movie. Don't Look Now. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's really good. It's one of the first horror movies that's about grief. Dream Scenario. Another one that I've bought blind. I bought it because it was $7 on Amazon, and that's a good deal. Doctor Strangelove. Again, for the Kubrick video. Well, I bought this before, a year or 2 ago. Mainly because you and I had talked about it because you've seen it. And you tried to convince me that I saw it, but I haven't. But I would like to watch this though, because it's one's Kubrick, but also I just think it'd be really fun as a black comedy about nuclear war too. Again, Criterion. It has a bunch of arts. This time it includes a little folder of stuff in here. It has this fake magazine of the time, and I thought it included a newspaper. Yeah, it includes a confidential document thing, which is kind of cool. I might get back in there. Oh, there's something at the bottom. I don't know. Holy Bible and Russian phrases. What the hell is? I've never seen this. So it's English. It's translation of English to Russian, and it also has the cast and stuff. Huh. Election. We watched this for the podcast. There's a video on it. It's all right. It's a fun movie. It's a fun little comedy of the time. Yeah. Empire Records. This is a fun little hangout movie. It's better than Dazed and Confused, I would say. As in terms of hangout movies. It's just about people working at a record store. And I like the vibe of it. It gives off kind of WB vibes, but I don't know. I kind of maybe it's a guilty pleasure for me. I just kind of like it. Eraserhead. Rest in peace, Lynch. Evil Dead 2. Classic. One of the greatest horror comedies of all time. Without a doubt. I really want to get Army of Darkness because I want to watch that again. Because it's been many years since I've seen it. But yeah, Evil Dead 2. I don't think there's nothing will ever top Evil Dead 2. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Fantastic movie. It's really very depressing movie, but it's absolutely amazing in a lot of ways. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Bought this because of the podcast, and I mean, I have no reason to sell it. It's, as I've talked about in our video, it's not my favorite movie. It's more of your thing, but it is still a good movie that came out this past decade. It is. I would say it's a classic, even if I don't really love it that much. I can respect it. I respect it more than how much I like it. Now, my favorite, Eyes Wide Shut. Again, Kubrick video later this year. I can't wait to rewatch this again. Eyes Wide Shut is everything that I love in a film. Everything is done, like exponentially well. It's like watching theater. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I have seen this once in my life, and it was on the last day of high school in Mr. Johnson's class. We watched this, and I loved it, and I would love to watch it again sometime. Fargo, classic Minnesotan movie. You know, as a, I guess, former Minnesotan. It's a classic. Fight Club. This is a Canadian version because it has French on the cover and on the back. Fight Club is a classic. It's got an incredible score. The score is, I think, the best part of it. Frailty. Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. Came out in 2001. It's a horror movie about how bad Christians are. It's fantastic. It's been a long time since I've seen it too, but it's really good. Full Metal Jackets. Again, for the Kubrick video. Second best Vietnam War movie, I'd say. The Game. David Fincher. This is a movie that you can watch maybe twice and then probably never see it again. This movie is built based on a singular twist. And once you kind of know the twist, it kind of changes how you watch the movie. The Graduate. This is a classic movie. Even if you don't like it that much, it's a classic. Obviously, the movie is kind of like a goofy story about someone who's like in this like weird love triangle, but the movie is more about like feeling lost after like graduating. So that's what I feel out of it. I mean, yeah, the story's kind of fun and it does get very goofy along the way, but the overall message of it, I think, really holds. Greatest Showman. One of the first Blu-rays I ever got. Euphoria, the complete series. Warner Brothers only releases on DVD for some reason. And I don't know why, and I also don't know why they stacked the fucking discs on each other. Like, why? Why are they all stacked on each other? Warner Brothers, what are we doing? Fallen Angels. Pretty good movie. It's more about the cinematography and maybe the score, to be honest. But it's a really good movie. Fatal Attraction, never seen it. Got it really cheap. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Fishing with John. This is a Criterion, by the way. This was a 6-part TV show from 91. And basically it's about this guy who goes fishing with celebrities. Like there's 2 episodes with Dennis Hopper. Who's the other one? Oh, Willem Dafoe. There's an episode with Willem Dafoe where they go fishing. But I've always wanted to watch this show, and I haven't yet. You might be hearing some police sirens outside. That's the beauty of living in a city instead of the suburbs. Foo Fighters live at Wembley Stadium. Just a big fan of Foo Fighters, so saw this at Reckless and thought, sure, I'll buy it. I've seen them live. They're fucking fantastic. The Green Knight. I got this for free from A24 for one of my birthdays. I've never seen it at all. I don't know much about it. For one thing, this is like out of the way compared to my other, like compared to the regular collection because of how big this is. It's like, and then you open, it's like, got some cool art, I guess, in here. And then it's like you got the disc, but then you got like this book here too. I don't know anything about it, but yeah, Green Knight. Good Will Hunting. It's a masterpiece. It's probably the best Robin Williams performance in any movie. Grindhouse. This is a Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez double feature thing that came out in 2007. So there's Planet Terror and then there's Death Proof. Halloween. The 2018 Halloween. I don't know why I own this. The Hannibal Lecter collection. So this includes Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs, and then the 2001 Ridley Scott movie Hannibal, which sucks. Manhunter's pretty good. Silence of the Lambs is of course a classic. Michael Mann's Heat. Heathers. I would love to watch this for the podcast. It is so. This is like an American Psycho if it was better. And more goofy. And a little gayer. Be gay, do crime. Hellfest. I kind of like this. It's a very cheesy horror movie, but it's very fun. The Hitcher. This is a fun movie that is very hard to find. It's very hard to find this movie because it was a HBO movie from like 1986. But it just recently got a Blu-ray release. Hozu. This is an insane movie. And I fucking love it so. You don't like it, but I fucking love it so much. Hundreds of Beavers. It's a really good movie that came out last year, I think. Comes with a little booklet even. Oh, I guess I haven't even looked at it. They're all like they're parody posters of like beavers. This one's La La Land. And fucking Free Willy. So we got Fargo and Reservoir Dogs. And Rocky Horror. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I think that's all of it. It's Pulp Fiction. But yeah, Hundreds of Beavers, it's really good. Really good movie. The Infernal Affairs trilogy. This is the movie that inspired The Departed. And yeah, mainly the first movie, which is really good. I would I've not seen the other two, but It's Such a Beautiful Day. Signed by Don Hertzfeldt, the director. And he even put these little dots and a little question mark. And it also includes, besides the disc, it also includes a bunch of little like booklets that says like, everything will be okay. I am so proud of you. It's such a beautiful day. And it has like a little booklet of like little sketches and drawings and stuff, probably from the movie and photographs. Jacob's Ladder. This is a very Lynchian movie. Here we have Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. Volume 1 is probably the best thing Tarantino's ever made. Volume 2 is okay. They would not be complete without each other, though. The King of Comedy. This is like the precursor to Joker, but like a lot better. This is my favorite Scorsese movie, by the way. La La Land. This is a contender for best movie of the last decade. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful in every possible way. The Last of Us season 1 had to own it because it's really good. Although that kind of forces me to buy other seasons when they come out, but whatever. Late Night with the Devil. This is a Australian collector's edition. So it includes, obviously the movie, but it also includes a fake little TV guide. If you don't know the premise, it's basically like a found footage analog horror kind of movie about like this broadcast of like a talk show that like bad things happen. So it kind of plays into that, and then there's a little booklet thing, and then it also includes a little book called Conversations with the Devil, which kind of relates to it. I didn't bring it because I'm trying to not make this too long. This also came with a VHS tape of like what the television cut would have been. So again, I don't own a VCR, but that was kind of the only reason I bought this, because it's kind of a fun movie. I guess I would say it's like a guilty pleasure. Lego Movie. It's incredible that this movie is actually good, honestly. Like it's a masterpiece. It's again a contender of best of the last decade. The Lighthouse. Lost Highway. Watch the Lynch video. Lost in Translation. This is a really good movie, except for the ending, which is very strange and like kind of doesn't fit the movie that much. But the rest of it's really good and is really depressing. Magnolia. This is like if Nashville was done right. Man on the Moon. This is the Andy Kaufman biopic, I guess. Saw it once, thought it was really good, so I thought I'd buy the Blu-ray. Maybe I'll watch it again sometime. Jim Carrey does pretty good as Andy Kaufman, plays it pretty well. The Matrix. This is the only Matrix movie I own because it's the only Matrix movie that exists. Medium Cool, haven't seen it yet. I've just heard it's really interesting. Memento. This is our next movie, actually, that we're watching. From what I remember, because I haven't seen Memento in a long time, but I remember Memento being good. Metallica, S&M. This is probably the best performance Metallica's ever done. I fucking love like the symphony with the rock to it. It's like it's really good. Mikey and Nikki, which we just watched. I like it. You don't, but I like it. The Collective Works of Hayao Miyazaki. So this is released by Disney so this came out in 2013, so it doesn't have The Boy and the Heron. But it has, I guess I'll just open it. So it has this little like cool film reel thing on the front. I bought this on eBay for $30, by the way. So it came with this little booklet, which has some art and stuff in it. I think it just talks about every movie that's in it. So this includes Lupin III, the Castle of something. I'm not going to try pronouncing that. Nausicaa of the Valley, which I've not seen. Castle in the Sky, which is probably my favorite. My Neighbor Totoro, which is my least favorite. Kiki's Delivery Service, which is I haven't seen it yet. Porco Rosso, haven't seen it yet. Princess Mononoke is pretty good. Spirited Away is my second favorite. Howl's Moving Castle, haven't seen it yet. Ponyo, haven't seen it yet. And The Wind Rises, haven't seen it yet. And then it also includes a bunch of bonus features and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to own a good majority. I've been slowly trying to go through the entire Studio Ghibli filmography, and I think this is a good way to get through them. There's definitely a lot of them that I haven't seen yet. Like Howl's Moving Castle is probably the big one at the top of my list that I feel like I need to see. I think I would probably really like it. Mulholland Drive, classic. Watch the Lynch video. Napoleon Dynamite, a classic comedy in my opinion. Nashville. Moving on. New York, New York. Haven't seen it. It's a Scorsese movie. I think I bought it just because it's not in digital anywhere. And again, I would like, even if we don't do a video, I would like to go through the Scorsese filmography sometime. So, Nightmare Before Christmas. Haven't seen this in fucking forever, but I would like to watch it again sometime. It is not directed by Tim Burton, but by Henry Selick. Do not get that wrong. Night on Earth. This is a pretty good anthology movie that takes place in 5 different places around the world, all in a single taxi drive. It's pretty good. Country for Old Men. This is a classic. British version of The Office, because I don't really like the US one. I'm very curious if this one's better, because I like Ricky Gervais. So Cage Musha. This is the only I've never seen Akira Kurosawa ever. I've never seen his movies, and I really want to. So I again found this at Reckless Records. I would like to give it a watch sometime. Office Space, classic comedy. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think this is one of Tarantino's better movies. It's more of a hangout movie, I would say, but I really like it. 1 Hour Photo. Robin Williams being the villain, but he plays it extremely well. Oppenheimer. I don't know why I own this, to be honest. The Others. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good. Perfect Blue. One of my favorite anime movies of all time. This is the precursor to Black Swan, by the way. This is such a weird, surreal, disturbing movie, to say the least. It's only like 80 minutes, I think, but it's really intense. Phantom Thread. This is a pretty good Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Daniel Day-Lewis is the best part of it. The Player. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think it's about this like Hollywood executive who gets like thrown into some like crime or something. I don't really remember. I don't know, but there's like all I remember from this movie is there's so many cameos in this. Poor Things. This is the best movie of 2023 that's come out, or 22. I think it was 23. Yeah. What won in 2023? Oppenheimer won. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, Poor Things is fucking great. Priscilla, haven't seen it yet. Pump Up the Volume, haven't seen it. Got it for free with Heathers. It's another Christian Slater movie. Punch Drunk Love. This movie is so fucking good. I want to watch it for the podcast because it's absolutely amazing. It's the best thing that Adam Sandler's ever been in. Haven't seen Uncut Gems, but it is absolutely the best thing he's ever done. It is the best thing Paul Thomas Anderson's ever done. It is such like a simple, quiet, diegetic movie. And it's a rom-com too, which is the crazy part of it. But there's also like Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it, and he gets like he's like part of this like weird like crime family. And like he gets tangled up with them because he like starts calling this phone sex hotline. Like it's a weird movie, and he's also like he's on a quest to get these like coupons from Pudding to like get like frequent traveler miles. It's such like it's surreal. It's a very surreal movie, but I fucking love this movie. It's only like 90 minutes too. Like it's so quick too. The Raid collection. I've only ever seen the first one, and it's good, but I don't know, from what I remember, it's very like you get kind of tired of watching action all the time. Ratatouille is still really good. I remember when I was a kid, I used to have, I don't know if I ever watched this movie as a kid, but what I watched instead was that there was like a special features disc that had a bunch of like cooking shows related to Ratatouille on it. And I used to watch that a bunch, but I don't think I ever watched this as a kid, despite owning it as a kid. Religulous. This is a Bill Maher documentary about how stupid religion is. He like travels to like different places around the world and makes fun of every religion. Requiem for a Dream. This is a movie that it changes you. You will never be the same once you watch this. Like it's a work of genius. Risky Business. It's a fun little Tom Cruise movie before he got insane. Pretty Scientology. This is, Tom Cruise in a little like quirky 80s comedy. Like, that's kind of weird. Rocket Man, the better version of Bohemian Rhapsody. Roger and Me. This is a really good This is the first Michael Moore documentary. It's about there was a plant in General Motors in Flint, Michigan, which is where he grew up. And in '88, I think it was, they shut it down and like laid everyone off and like made people go homeless. So Michael Moore goes on a journey to find the CEO and talk to him. Spoiler alert, he actually does talk to him, and it's a very like disturbing scene. Rosemary's Baby. We saw this for the podcast. It's amazing. Rushmore. This is probably the second best Wes Anderson movie. Before he got really locked into his style that he hasn't changed in 20 years. I forgot I owned this one. The Santa Claus. I've never seen this, and I don't know where this came from, but it just showed up with me. Sicko. This is another Michael Moore documentary about healthcare. How relevant. And it's probably one of the best documentaries about healthcare, to be honest. Like, it is, he goes all around the world and goes to like different countries to study all their healthcare, and like he goes to like fucking Cuba, and they have one of the best healthcares in the fucking world. Skinamarink. This is a analog horror movie that came out in 2022. It's really good. You gotta have a lot of patience though to watch it, because it's a lot of the movie is you're just staring at things. It's more about the atmosphere. This is a movie that you'd probably watch like 3 a.m. Scarface. It's a classic movie. And also kind of a product of its time. The Shining. Classic. Well, again, we'll be watching this for the Kubrick video, but best Stephen King movie. Probably, production-wise, the best Kubrick movie. But, of course, Eyes Wide Shut is better in my heart. Shortcuts. This is the spiritual sequel to Nashville. I got this for free. I got this for free with Nashville, by the way. Haven't seen it yet. The Social Network. which which is a very weird packaging, to be honest. And it's like, I don't know. It's almost like based off like a Criterion, even though it's not one. No, well, Sony, I guess. Well, Criterion didn't even release it. It's like Sony, but yeah, kind of shocking how good this movie is. Because it's about fucking Facebook of all things. Sound of Metal, haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's really good. This is Spinal Tap. This is a really fun mockumentary about like 80s bands and I guess 70s bands too. Because I guess it does parody like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. But yeah, this is a really good movie. Sucks that it's not available anywhere besides physical media. The Stanford Prison Experiment. I bought this because it was like 10th grade English. My teacher was talking about it, and he mentioned the movie, and I hadn't watched it, so I bought the Blu-ray, and I haven't seen it yet. Streets of Fire. This is a weird, wacky, insane. This is Purple Rain, but on fucking steroids. One of my most recent acquisitions, The Substance. We saw this very recently. It's very good. Yep. I hope it wins. Tar. Really want to. I think we are going to rewatch this for the podcast. Remember right? But I think I've seen it once, and that's it. I don't remember anything about it. Talk Radio. This is a really good movie for like 2/3 of it. This is based on a play, like a single location play, and I really wish they stick to that because they added like scenes that take. The entire movie is about a radio broadcast, but in the play it's like only the radio broadcast. But in the movie they added scenes that like take place in his personal life for no reason, and I really wish they kind of just stuck with the radio thing in mind because when they are at the radio station, it's fucking amazing. But when it's when they're not there, you can clearly tell that it's not meant to be there. This is the Three Colors trilogy. This is a popular trilogy that I've heard a lot about. They're three French movies called one of them based off the French flags. There's blue, white, and red. And apparently they all have like their own like themes, their own like connected story, I guess, which I've never seen, but I'm very interested in checking out. There Will Be Blood. This is a really good movie. Daniel Day-Lewis again being peak. John Carpenter's They Live. This is a fun movie. The Thing. Fucking masterpiece. Thing is one of the greatest movies ever made. Michael Jackson's This Is It. This is the documentary about the tour he was planning before he died. And it's really good. To Die For. This is a better version of Nightcrawler. To Live and Die in LA. A very 80s movie, very 80s action movie. True Stories. This is the Talking Heads movie that came out after their Stop Making Sense concert film. This is a very Wes Anderson movie, to be honest. It's like a weird like mockumentary about this like fake city in Texas. This is my most recent acquisition, but after David Lynch died, I felt like I had to get something. So I decided to buy Twin Peaks from Z to A box sets. This includes Season 1, Season 2, Fire Walk With Me, Season 3, and includes a 4K disc, which I can't even play, but it includes a 4K disc of the original pilots, and then the God of Light episode from Season 3 in 4K. as well as a bunch of special features that I would love to go through sometime. One thing I don't like about it is the discs. Like, the way they put all the discs in here sucks so much. Like the discs are like rattling in here, and they like have them stacked on top of each other in here. Oh, one of them fell out. Yeah, it's really bad what they did. Like, there's discs falling out. Like it is whoever designed this is a fucking idiot beyond any means. Luckily they're Blu-rays, so they're not gonna get scratched, but like, that's just ridiculous. This one keeps falling out. And they're also like, they're not, I just realized now none of them are in order. Wait. Yeah, maybe because the first one in here is the pilots. There's also an alternate international pilot. I don't even know what that is. But then there's Disc 3 Season 2. This is David Lynch is rolling in his grave. Uncut Gems. Haven't seen it yet. I've heard it's really good. So, gotta watch that sometime. Under the Skin. This is, again, another movie we're planning on watching. This is a very Lynchian movie. The Untouchables. Haven't seen it. Bought it at Reckless Records because it was like $5 and because it's based in Chicago. Pink Floyd's The Wall. This one we'll be watching this for the podcast too. I'm very excited to watch this because this is a very surreal and trippy movie. And Pink Floyd's The Wall is like one of my favorite albums too. All right, this is the final stack. V for Vendetta. Very good movie, from what I remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Videodrome. We'll be watching this very soon for the podcast. It's a very analog horror movie. Even though it released in 1982. And stars James Wood. WALL-E on Criterion. The only Disney movie on Criterion. Which is really strange. Yeah. It also comes with a documentary called The Pixar Story, which I'm kind of interested in watching. But WALL-E is my favorite Pixar movie, so I guess I'm kind of glad it's in the Criterion Collection. Whiplash. Classic. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Another one we'll be watching. Another one we'll be watching soon, but I watched this a couple times when I was a kid, and I really liked it. And honestly, for live action animated, like, this is probably the best. Wild at Heart, WNUF Halloween Special. I bought this at a place in Chicago called Graveface, which specializes in it's like a horror museum, but they also have like a section where they sell like movies in general. And this is one of the movies that they distribute. They had a wall of like a bunch of movies that they distribute through their parent company called TerrorVision, I believe. And this one looked the most interesting to me because he told me it's an analog horror movie before analog horror. So that's why I bought this. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it looks kind of fun, I would say. Wolf of Wall Street, 4K. Solid movie. The Wrestler, probably the best depiction of wrestling in a movie and what it's like to be a wrestler. Young Frankenstein. It's okay. It's okay. 1974. Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder. Same year as Blazing Saddles, actually, which Gene Wilder was also in. And also directed by Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles is also a lot better. Zodiac. Saw this I took a forensic science class in high school, and we watched this movie as well as Silence of the Lambs, and when we watched this, I immediately fell in love with it. It is so fucking good. Another 10 out of 10 movie. Zodiac is fucking amazing. That's the last Blu-ray, but I have one last movie to show. It is a VHS of Cats. I got this for free. It's also I think it was originally 99 cents at a Goodwill, according to the tag. It's from 1998, and it's it's a recording of the play. It's not the movie, Cats. I've never seen it, so it also includes like a little brochure of like coupons and ads. There's like an ad for like cat food, and if you have a Discover card, you can get a special $5 cash bonus. I have Discover. I should see if that still works. Buy Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats with your Discover card and mail in your photocopy of your register receipt showing proof of the Cats video on your Discover card with the purchase price circled along with the original video proof of purchase, and receive a special $5 cashback bonus award via the mail. I have Discover. So, and it also includes a little thing. You can see Cats just for $40. Yeah, it comes with a little tape. So that is pretty much everything. That is my collection. I did forget to show the Conan one. I have a couple concert ones I didn't grab just for time's sake. There's a Michael Jackson concert. I have 2 Jeff Buckley concerts.